Alright, so today we are going to talk about moving around the coordinate plane. So we already talked about the coordinate plane, the different quadrants, how to graph points. Now we're going to look at it kind of in real world situations and talk about distance moving around. So first off, just some basic problems. Looking at the distance between 2 points. So this first example, we've got the distance between the points 3, 7. So positive 3 is 3 to the right, positive 7 is 7 up. I'm going to mark that point. And 8, 7. So positive 8 is 8 to the right, positive 7 is 7 up, and I'm going to mark that point right there. So if we're talking about the distance between these 2 points, I'm just going to count from one to the other. So I move over once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So the distance between these 2 points is 5. Second one, what is the distance between the points 5, 2 and negative 4, 2? So positive 5, positive 2 means 5 to the right, 2 down. And negative 4, positive, not 2 down, 5 to the right, 2 up. And negative 4, positive 2 is 4 to the left and 2 up. So again, I'm going to mark the distance between the 2 points. So I'm going over once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the distance between those 2 points is 9. And then the last one, what is the distance between negative 4 and negative 5 and negative 4, 7? So negative 4, negative 5 is 4 to the left, 5 down. And then negative 4, 7 is 4 to the left, 7 up. So counting that distance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the distance is 12. So that's just looking at 2 points, kind of individually there. Now we're going to kind of combine it to talk about moving to multiple points within the plane. So here's where we've got a real world application. So we're thinking of things like a grid, talking about kind of as if we have streets that we're moving on that travel horizontally and vertically. So if you think about, if you got streets, they intersect a lot of them at horizontally and vertically, so we're going to use this to kind of mimic real world situations. So first example here, Alex had to run errands this morning. All the streets are horizontal or vertical. He started at the dry cleaners located at 7, negative 5. Plot and label it D. So 7, positive 7 is 7 to the right, negative 5 is 5 down. So I'm going to plot that point and it says to label it D. It says he then traveled to the grocery store at 7, 0. Plot and label it G. So 7 is positive to the right and 0 means that I stay right on the axis right there. And then I'm going to label it G. And then it asks how many blocks is the dry cleaners from the grocery store. So I'm just going to count the distance from this point to that point. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Then from this point, he's at the grocery store right now, he's traveling to his house, which is at negative 6, 0. We're going to plot and label it H. So negative 6 is 6 to the left, 0 means we stay right on the origin right there. And I'm labeling it H for his house. And now again, we're going to find the distance from the grocery store to the house. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the distance from the grocery store to the house is 13. Let's look at another example. Anne went downtown Chicago for the day. She started at Union Station, which is at negative 2, 1. So negative 2 is 2 to the left, 1 is positive, so it's up. Plotting the point there, and I'm labeling it U for Union Station. Then she walked along the horizontal and vertical streets to the ice skating rink at Millennium Park, which is at 6, 5. So 6 to the right, 5 up, marking that point, plotting it, and labeling it N. Then it asks, how many blocks did Anne walk from Union Station to Millennium Park? So first off, this time, all the other instances, it's just been straight across horizontally or straight up and down vertically, which has been easy to count. We might say, yeah, the shortest distance would be go straight across here, but the streets only run horizontal and vertical. And if we think if this is in Chicago, you can't just walk straight through a bunch of buildings to the other point. So we have to only go horizontally or vertically. It doesn't matter if I start horizontal and then go vertical, or start vertically or then go horizontal, just that we get to our point using those streets, okay? So I'm going to start by going horizontally. So I'm going to start from Union Station. I'm going once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right, which is going to line me up with Millennium Park. So I'm going to write that I went a distance of 8 there. And then I'm also going to mark that from here, now I need to go up vertically to get to Millennium Park. So I'm moving once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So that gives me a total distance, 8 across, 4 up, which is a total distance of 12. Let's look at one more. Paul walks his dog around his neighborhood. He only walks along streets which run horizontal or vertical. So same thing, we're using the horizontal and vertical blocks. Then he walks to Jeremy's house. Oh, sorry. He starts at his house, which is at 0, 0. Plot and label it H. So we're starting here at the house, which is at 0, 0. Then he walks to Jeremy's house, which is at 3, 2. Plot and label it J. So 3, 2. 3 to the right, 2 up. Labeling that J. How many blocks did Paul walk from his house to Jeremy's house? So, doesn't matter if I go horizontal and then vertical, or vertical then horizontal, just as long as we find our route there. So, I'm going to mark that I'm going up 2 to get on the same level as Jeremy's house, and I'm going over 1, 2, 3, which gives me a total distance of 5. After that, he heads to Tara's house at 5, 4. Plot and label it T. So 5, 4 is 5 to the right, 4 up, and we're labeling that T. How many blocks did Paul walk from Jeremy's house to Tara's house? So from Jeremy to Tara's. Again, doesn't matter if we go horizontal and then vertical or vice versa. I'm moving over once, twice to the right, and then I'm also moving up once, twice up, which is a total distance of 4. Finally, he walks back home. How many blocks did Paul walk from Tara's house to his house? So we're starting here, we need to get back home. So we can start, we can go down and then over, or we can go over and then down, it does not matter. So let's start by going over first. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, and then we also need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 down, which gives you a total distance there of 9. So finally it asks, what's the total number of blocks Paul walked? How many steps did he get in? He went 5 blocks to Jeremy's, another 4 blocks to Tara's, and then 9 blocks back home, which is a total distance of 18 blocks. Go ahead and grab the homework and start working on that.